shine outside and students will notice it, and negativity will affect your performance as a teacher. Okay? So be positive at all times, even if you are being bombarded with challenges in your profession as a teacher, with your students, with the administration. So positive all the time. Just take it as part of your task when you are given the challenge. But you are still positive at all times. Okay? When you come to school, whatever happens in the house, leave it in the house, because you leave that negative energy there, and when you start walking out here, positive energy is carried and projected. Next one, number 4, never complain. Number 4, to be professional as a teacher, if you have something to brought up to your colleagues or to the administration, make sure that you have an alternative solution with you. Okay? Because when you complain, you're just trying to bring the activity down. Meaning that, why not say a suggestion to something to make this event a better one, rather than complaining. Okay? The complaining it's not, I'm not seeing it as being professional when you complain. Okay? Especially as a teacher. A teacher must always have a solution to every problem. So instead of complaining, you find out a solution to it. When you encounter a challenge, you should say, Mister, or what about we should do this? Okay? So before you bring up a negative matter to your colleague or to the administration, make sure that you already have the alternative solution to it. Present something that would complement to what you are trying to bring up to that person. Next one, number 5, blame no one. Okay? As a professional teachers, we are not going to be like people in the social media, pointing fingers of others, blaming the government, blaming this institution, blaming this company. But as we teachers, we are not going to point fingers. Okay? If things is not right, then we have to be honest to ourselves. Oh, this is the thing that I am not good at. Okay? Maybe you can say it in a way where it motivates you to get inspired. Next one, number 6, smile. Mrs. K. Smile. Okay, who is that? Oh yeah, Miss Samo. Where's Miss Samo? Miss Samo. Yeah, Miss Samo is like, I always compliment Miss Samo because every time I visit the primary school, she will always greet me with a smile. And then I told her that I think your students are always happy with you. Yeah, because you know that smile. Okay, so she already she already possessed that one, and she has already projected it to the students. Why? Okay, we smile to our students because we don't know sometimes we have to understand that some of our students have encountered something in the house, and then the school is their second home. And then if you don't smile, you're not lighting up their energy, and the whole of the day they are going to spend it from 8 o'clock up to 3 o'clock. They are spending most of their time with us. And smile. Okay, even if you don't want to say anything, you just smile. Okay? What's this? The primary students are good at that. They smile. I have to smile back. And I don't know them, so I have to keep on smiling. Okay? So that becomes my habit now, smiling at the students. Even to parents, I just smile at parents going in and paying the school fee of their children. Smile. And the parents will feel comfortable that we have a good environment in the school. We have people whom they can trust. Next one, compliment. Number 7. Is it really difficult for you to compliment your colleague for doing something good? Hey, you know what, Miss Mickey, you know what? I like what you. I used to hear all my teachers when they're teaching, and then when I hear some things, after that I will compliment the teacher. Say, oh, I like what you did. I like what you said to this. That's a good one. I don't think it's hard. You say, hey, you just come. Oh, Miss Bill, you were so good at sewing dress. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. And then you start the conversation. Like you compliment is a way of saying that saying a good thing about that person, because we are all waiting other people to make comment about us. Otherwise, if we are the ones saying it out, then people might say that we are boasting. Okay? When we compliment each other, then expect that other people also will compliment when we are doing something good for ourselves and for others. Okay? And in our profession, I have to tell you, you should never stop complimenting your colleagues and your students. My students, I have to tell you, even if it's not perfect, the students is not getting perfect, but I would compliment it, very good, very good. But you know what? This error here, but very good. Keep it up. If it's perfect, excellent. And then I said, even the writing one, I like your writing. Or I like the way you write the essay. Keep it up. Even if I'm not an English teacher, but when I read the essay, I always compliment them. Okay? What else? Students cleaning up. I have to tell you. I said, oh, very good. And then I will clap my hands, complimenting this. Thank you for cleaning. Thank you for sweeping. Okay? Even if they're on duty to clean, but you have to compliment, because the more they motivate, especially children, when you compliment them, the more they get motivated to do the same thing and to do it again and again. Okay? And it will not give you a hard time to ask that person to do a favor. Okay, next one, ask for help. Number 8, ask for help. Okay? Who amongst you here is needing something for you to deliver your lesson? Don't be scared, or don't feel don't worry about what people are going to say when you're asking for help. Example, Mr. Pulalet, I don't know how to set up the projector. Could you help me? I don't think Mr. Pulalet would say no to that one. Okay? And then, or probably you are going to have a negative thought that, how come you are a teacher, you don't know how to do that? Like that. Okay? You have to ask for it, because we are working as a team. Okay? You have to remember that one. I don't care. If I need an assistance from Miss Mickey, I will have to say, Miss Mickey, could you? I don't know how to do this one. Or Miss Waisa, Miss Soren. Okay? So, in teaching, we are not going to master everything. Okay? That's why do not hesitate to ask help from your colleagues. Okay? Remember that at the end of the day, we are working as a team, as one family, Manolo International School, whether you are in primary or in high school. Okay? Next one, number 9. Listen with your eyes and ears. What does this mean? Listen with your eyes and ears. Okay? Example, deadlines, meeting deadlines. Okay? You have to always be aware of, this is Nombri had already given us the deadline to submit the teaching program. Do you need to be reminded with that as professional teacher? Huh? You need to, if you've seen the notice, if you heard the notice, then work with it to make sure that you are accomplishing the requirements. Okay? When there is a memo written, submit your exam papers for citing to the head of high school at this particular week. Okay? And I have to tell you honestly, all of us failed that kind of last year. But we were doing okay in our service. But we failed to perform this number 9. Listen with your eyes and ears. Seems like we are ignoring the memos or the notices. Okay? And we must learn from what happened and in the past. And move on and let's do something much better this year for 2021. Not just for all of us. If we are really claiming that I am proud as a teacher, I am a teacher by profession, then be firm with that claim and do something to have a better performance this year. Okay, anything that is given out for you to perform, you must always stick to that one. Do not allow yourself to be reminded once again or how many times. Otherwise, we are not professional in our profession as a teacher. Okay, we are not supposed to be reminded many times. When the notice is out or when you are when it is being said to you, then stick to it, write it down. What else? You should be carrying with you your journal, and that I should be submitting this particular document at this time. Okay? Number 10, proofread and obtain approval. This is one thing that I like about my high school teachers. Okay? Anything that they want to print out, they always present it to me first for citing. Okay? And then I will make comments. Oh, sorry, there's a wrong spelling here. Could you change this kind of question, or could you add this kind of question? Okay, that's what I like about my high school teachers. They always present their assessment, or they always ask my opinion. So proofread, because in the in the school, we're not allowed to submit a document with wrong spelling and wrong grammar. You have to understand that one. Every time I submit a document to Mrs. Nobri and there was a wrong spelling, I always get angry to myself. Why is it like this? No. Okay, it should not be like this. And how much more if you are giving out a document to the parents. Okay? And that's what happened to our report cards. Okay? Mrs. Nombri is proofreading our comments there. She is checking whether our spelling or grammar are correct. Okay? Before the approval. Because in that way, and then you might say, Mr., is it necessary that the one who is going to proofread your work is the person higher than you or the position? No. Anyone, your colleague. For example, Miss Nikki, she can come and ask Miss Soren. Miss Soren, can you proofread my like this? And then Miss Soren, Miss Nikki, this one like this, like that. Okay? You don't have to think that she or he might find out my weakness here. Because a document that is going to be sent, okay, must be first proofread by someone else, because sometimes we cannot see our own mistakes. Okay, others will see it, and just be open-minded about it. Okay, and we learn from our mistakes. Okay, So proofread and obtain approval. That's the first thing. Next one, acknowledge others. Number 11. And for example, if Mrs. Iruru, Mrs. Iruru is Miss. Okay, Miss Iruru has an original statement. Okay? And then Miss Malcolm, Miss or Mrs.? Miss. Miss Malcolm is trying to use that statement created or developed by Miss Iruru. Before she will use it, she has to acknowledge the person. Oftentimes in PNG they are claiming that it's theirs. A statement said or written by someone else, and when they say it, it seems like I said it. I thought of it. You must acknowledge that. Okay? Like for example, when last year when Mr. Nombri suggested something about what I should be doing in the high school. So when I reported it during the meeting, I acknowledged Mr. Nombri's suggestion. I have to mention his name. This was the suggestion of Mr. Nombri, like that. I cannot say that this is my suggestion or this is our high school suggestion. No, who suggested it? Mr. Nombri. So you have to acknowledge the person. Okay. For example, someone is going to help you decorating your classroom with the idea of that person. Then you have to acknowledge the person. And you have to do it in a public meeting, in a general meeting. Much better if you say it out to other people also. I would like to thank Mrs. Topo for the idea of my classroom decoration. Okay, and then we all acknowledge that idea. Otherwise, Mrs. Topo will charge you. You are what do you call it? Plagiarizing. Plagiarism is very common nowadays. Okay? That's why when you plagiarize, Facebook will block your account, especially if you are posting something and you're claiming it yourself. The original person who created it will send a message to Facebook and say, this person is claiming this thing and it's mine. So then Facebook will block you. Why I'm saying that? Because I have done it. I have plagiarized something and then Facebook blocked my first account. And then after 1 year, Facebook forgave me and then my old account came out. So that's why I have 2 accounts. So you might notice that in my Facebook, why is Mr. Valia have the same account, same name? Because the first one, Facebook blocked me because I did something, plagiarizing something. Okay. In fact, it was not my intention to plagiarize. It was just like I just took that document and then I posted it on my Facebook page, and then bang, I could not locate my. 1 year later, Facebook, thank you Facebook. I will not do it again. Okay, so at least I was not aware of that. Next one, show respect for colleagues and students. Okay, one thing to be professional and to show respect to your colleagues is how you address your colleague. You don't just say, Malcolm, hey Malcolm, like that. You don't address your colleague like that. You say, hey Fulale, come here. And then it's like, hey, even if there are no students around, we maintain that respect. Calling Mr. Fulale is a sign of respect. I don't want someone to call me, hey, Balya. If that will happen, I will really prepare I will throw it to the person. This year, I am changed now this year. 2021, I am now changed. I am no longer like 2020. Okay? So show respect. The first one is address the person correctly. I like it when Miss Bai is always correcting me. Oh, sorry, Mrs. Bai. Yeah, say, hey, I am not Miss Bai, I am Mrs. Bai. You see? So that means that Mrs. Bai must be called correctly with respect. So you must address Mrs. Bai, not Miss Bai. Okay? So we have to start it that way. That's the first one. And the students as well. Okay? The students as well. And we should be aware of that one. Next one, number 13. Volunteer for extra assignments and committee work. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I am saying volunteer. Last year, because it was my first year here at Malolong School, I have noticed when it comes to committee and any extracurricular activities, no one is raising their hands and no one is volunteering to lead the committee. Most of the time, Mr. J will call, Mrs. Bai, you take the lead, like that. Why can't we just raise our hands and say, I'll take that one? Okay? Oh, I want to be part of that. Because that professionally, we have to get out of our own expertise. Even if you say, I don't know how to do that, but you volunteer because you want to learn something from that. It doesn't mean that you have to be an expert to that area for you to volunteer. Sometimes you volunteer because you want to learn something from them. We are all teachers and we should never stop learning. And as much as possible, we must learn everything. Okay? Next one, na show gratitude. I like it last year when teachers are giving out their gratitude speech. I would like to thank Dixon, blah, blah, blah. Don't forget also to mention your spouse, your what we call it, your parents, those who have supported you, anyone who has supported you for the success of the year. Okay? Even if they're not around, but you just have to mention it. Acknowledge, show gratitude. Say thank you for those people. Even to your colleague. Thank you, Miss Waisa. Does it really need to be in a particular form? Like, it's just, I think it's just a matter of expressing your gratitude. Say thank you. Okay? Don't say, can you turn it into cash? Make it cash. I need it. Like, why can't you just accept that? Okay. Thank you to all my teachers. And then my teachers, Mister, that means that you have to treat us. What about saying just say thank you? Okay. Thank you to all my, thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Nombri. Okay. It's just a way of expressing your gratitude. Okay. And it's not that you have to do it because you want to get something from that person. You have to do it from your heart. Expressing gratitude must always be coming from the heart, because you have to tell you will always feel it whether you are sincere or not. The last one, engage in continuing education. How many of you are doing this while schooling, or probably trying to do it, okay, but there's a constraint, finance, okay? Myself, I have to tell you, part of my pay is to buy flex card. Yeah. Because there is no time for me to go to school and then say, you know what I'm doing? Mr. Google knows everything. So whatever I want to learn, I have to make sure that I have part of my pay to buy the flex card to apply for data. Okay? And so therefore, I have to equip myself with information from the internet. So although I am not getting a certificate, Google is not giving me a certificate for knowing this, But as a teacher, I have to be aware. I have to tell you, recently, just last week, I have joined TikTok. TikTok, okay? I'm not saying that I have to spend my time in TikTok and like that. I just want to be part of it. I just want to learn it so that when I am hearing it from students, I can join the discussion, okay? Because there are also TikTok, videos that are not for kids. And so therefore, knowing it, seeing it myself, when the students are talking about TikTok, then I can now get into and then, hey, you be careful, don't expose too much. Or I should say, remove your account, okay? Because TikTok is not meant for kids, especially for our high school students, okay? So that's one thing. It's about learning and knowing what it is, okay? So that is engaged in continuing education. What about distance studies? Just to equip yourself for new, probably there are now new trends in education, especially the teaching approach or teaching strategies, like that. And the good thing about this time is all seminars, all workshops is now through online. So we should take this opportunity. Okay. So since we have Wi-Fi, why not? You just have to really sacrifice part of your pay to strengthen your career. Okay, my advice as your fellow professional, never stop upgrading yourself. Okay, I have been wanting to do my master's degree and then PhD. I don't know when is it going to happen. So, but then I have already inquired one university, and it's a distance mode. So probably I can have my master's degree. So that it's not that I want to have high pay. It's just that I want to I just want to know the latest trends in teaching. Okay? I just want to equip myself. I want more. Okay? Oftentimes, people who have already upgraded themselves, they demand something. I don't think that's the reason why. If it is going to happen, it's going to be offered, then that's a bonus. But it should be personal reason. And just to grow professionally. Okay, and then turn the paper to the next page, the last page. This is my final statement now for this 1 hour. Okay, yes, 1 hour. Okay, sorry, I made it to 1 hour. What are the qualities of a professional teacher? Okay, let us remind once again ourselves the qualities of a professional teacher. Number 1, probably these are just 5, but you can add more. Okay. Number 1, the ability to develop relationship with their students. Okay, how many of you have known your students individually, or you have only mastered half of the number? Okay. And you must do that because it is one way for you to assist your students in their studies and to know where you can help them out more to progress. Okay, so especially the class teacher. Remember that sometimes you will call the student and you talk to the student. You know what? Please do not emphasize only when the student is doing something wrong. When the student is doing good, call the attention of the students and talk to the students. I like what you did. You shared your food. I like what you did. You pick up the rubbish. These are just simple things in which if you are having that connection with your students. Okay? Number 2, the teacher must be patient, caring, and kind. I think Miss Samo possessed this one. Patient, caring, and kind. Patient, caring, and kind. I have to ask myself, am I patient? Or do I have to like turn red immediately and scream at students? And I have to call the name. Caring. How do you show you care the person or the student? Hey, Mr. Polalek, you study good, huh? Hey, Mr. Polalek, don't forget to do your homework. Like that. You don't say caring and then you will share your food to the students. And kind. Okay, they said that the universal language is kindness. Okay, and as a teacher, you have to possess these qualities, kindness, especially the primary. The primary, your patience there will be tested. That's the first one. And then you have to show that you care your students, even if the student is so hyperactive, so annoying. You still have to, and the kindness. Okay, depending on, because we Papua New Guineans, we are very kind. We know our culture. We always make sure that we feel the students. Next one, number 3, has knowledge of learners. Number 4, the teacher must have dedication to teaching. I don't want to go deep onto this one, because if you don't understand this, then there's a big question on why you are here. Dedication to teaching. Okay, so you stay focused into teaching, because remember, you are molding a human mind. Okay, you are molding a human heart. So put your dedication to that one. After all, in 5 years time or 10 years time, you meet your students once again, and they'll say, I will never, or I have never forgotten you, miss. Why? Because you did something to me that time. Okay? And I felt that one in my with my former students in other schools. Now they are professional people, and they always say, Mister, I want to buy you something. Okay? Why? You don't need. So, no, Mister, you did something to me really last time when I was, you pushed me to beyond my, like that.